The Crusades, the struggle for Jerusalem and its legacy. The Crusades, spanning from the late 11th to the 13th centuries, were a series of religiously motivated military campaigns aimed at reclaiming Jerusalem and the Holy Land from Muslim control. Jerusalem, a city of profound religious significance to Christianity, Islam, and Judaism, became the central symbol of these conflicts. While the Crusades initially succeeded in capturing Jerusalem, the struggle for control over the city reflected broader geopolitical, cultural, and religious tensions that defined the medieval world. Beyond their immediate outcomes, the Crusades left a complex legacy, shaping the histories of both Europe and the Middle East. This essay explores the significance of Jerusalem in the Crusades, the military and political struggles for the city, and the enduring impact of the Crusades on global history. 1. The significance of Jerusalem. 1.1 Religious importance. Jerusalem was, and remains, a city of immense religious significance. For Christians, it was the site of Jesus Christ's crucifixion, resurrection, and ascension, making it central to their faith. Pilgrimages to Jerusalem had been a common practice for European Christians since late antiquity, and its loss to Muslim forces was seen as a spiritual crisis. For Muslims, Jerusalem was the location of the Al-Aqsa Mosque and the Dome of the Rock, both situated on the Haram al-Sharif, Temple Mount. It was believed to be the site of the Prophet Muhammad's miraculous night journey and ascension to heaven, making it the third holiest city in Islam after Mecca and Medina. For Jews, Jerusalem was the historic and spiritual heart of their identity, the site of the first and second temples, and the eternal capital promised by God. 1.2 Symbol of Christian-Muslim rivalry. By the late 11th century, Jerusalem had been under Muslim control for over 400 years, governed by various Islamic dynasties. The city's capture by the Seljuk Turks in 1071 disrupted Christian pilgrimages and added urgency to the call for a crusade. For Christians, Jerusalem represented not only a holy site, but also a tangible symbol of their struggle to reclaim Christendom from Islamic forces. 2. The struggle for Jerusalem. Key Crusader campaigns. 2.1 The First Crusade and the capture of Jerusalem, 1099. The First Crusade, 1096 to 1099, was launched in response to Pope Urban II's call at the Council of Clermont in 1095. Urban framed the crusade as a holy war to reclaim Jerusalem and protect Eastern Christians from Muslim rule. After an arduous journey through Anatolia and the Levant, the Crusaders besieged Jerusalem in June 1099. The Siege of Jerusalem, June-July 1099, the Crusaders faced stiff resistance from the Fatimid garrison defending the city. Employing siege towers and ladders, the Crusaders breached Jerusalem's walls on July 15, 1099. The resulting sack of the city was marked by widespread violence, with thousands of Muslim and Jewish inhabitants killed. The establishment of the Kingdom of Jerusalem. Following their victory, the Crusaders established the Kingdom of Jerusalem, a feudal state with Godfrey of Bouillon as its first ruler. The city became the political and spiritual center of the Crusader states, solidifying its role as the ultimate prize in the crusading movement. 2.2 The loss of Jerusalem to Saladin, 1187. The Crusader hold on Jerusalem lasted less than a century. The rise of Muslim leaders like Nur al-Din and Saladin, Salah al-Din, brought renewed vigor to the Islamic resistance. The Battle of Hattin, 1187, Saladin's decisive victory at Hattin, dismantled the Crusader army and paved the way for his recapture of Jerusalem. On October 2, 1187, Saladin entered the city, restoring Muslim control. Unlike the Crusaders in 1099, Saladin spared the city's inhabitants, allowing Christian pilgrims continued access to holy sites. 2.3 The Third Crusade and subsequent attempts. The loss of Jerusalem prompted the Third Crusade, 1189 to 1192. Led by figures like Richard the Lionheart of England, Philip II of France, and Frederick Barbarossa of the Holy Roman Empire. Despite notable victories, including the recapture of Acre, the Crusaders failed to retake Jerusalem. The Treaty of Jaffa in 1192 allowed Christians limited access to the city while leaving it under Muslim control. Subsequent crusades, including the Fourth Crusade and the ill-fated Children's Crusade, failed to reclaim Jerusalem. By the late 13th century, the Crusader presence in the Holy Land had diminished entirely, culminating in the fall of Acre in 1291. 3. The legacy of the Crusades. 3.1 Religious and cultural impact. Christian-Muslim relations. The Crusades deepened the divide between Christianity and Islam. For Muslims, the Crusades were an invasion and desecration of their lands, while Christians viewed their efforts as a sacred duty. This mutual animosity influenced centuries of interactions between the two religions. Cultural exchange. Despite the violence, the Crusades facilitated significant cultural exchange. Crusaders returning to Europe brought back knowledge of Islamic science, medicine, architecture, and literature, enriching European intellectual traditions. 3.2 Political and geopolitical consequences. Weakened Byzantine Empire. The Crusades, particularly the Fourth Crusade's sack of Constantinople in 1204,